Amazing. Welcome. So, Robert, we're going to dive in. We're diving in now for day 3 of the Social Media Sales Surge Workshop. So happy that you're here. Today, we're all talking about social media sales system, the update that we're talking about for what it is that's going on right now. My name is Shauna Stewart Douglas. I'm Director of Operations and Business Coach here at Lindsay Anderson Coaching.
My name is Emily, Director of Marketing and Business Coach here at Lindsay Anderson Coaching.
Yes. Hello, Emily. And so before we jump in, go ahead and share over in the comments, what is the main platform that you use to share your content and that you use for lead generation? We've had people sharing Instagram, Facebook, that's coming up quite a bit. So let us know over in the chat.
Remember, replays are all on this page. We'll go ahead and drop that in the chat, and we'll go drop that out on social as well, the /workshop review page. So that's where replays will be up until next Tuesday. So you have plenty of time to get caught up if this is the first day that you're joining us live. Rewatch the replays, take notes. Those are up there on that page until Tuesday of next week. So be sure to complete your action items out in the Facebook group. You'll be entered to win a one-to-one breakthrough strategy session with Lindsay. And not only will you be entered to win that session, but this is a really great opportunity to move forward in your business, take action, and get real-time feedback from our team.
100%. Yeah. And I really want to encourage you. I know that it comes up each day with Lindsay. We really leaned into this on day 1 of the workshop as well. And we're getting it from the conversations. And thank you for the questions that you're sending through. We wanted to make sure that everyone is taking this chance to really take the information and apply it in your business now. I know that it can be really tempting to think, okay, I'm going to take on this theoretically, and then I will apply it later. I will apply it after the election. I will apply it after the holiday. I will apply it after. The thing is that what you do now is going to have, first of all, immediate impact. We need to be drumming things up now. We need to be making that positive impact now. We need to be really pushing the momentum now, contributing to the momentum now, because these are the kinds of things that are going to drive the wins that you are expecting and you need in your business, you want in your business right now. But it's also really, really laying out the framework for what is going to be happening January, February, March. You can't wait until January, February, March to start implementing these things. Okay, so we want you to be taking the action right now, applying it to your business, just like applying the things, starting to see how it applies, to see what is shaking up, to see what questions are popping up with your audience, to see what nuances that need to be made, so that way you are getting the wins now while we're here in this workshop together. We want you to see those wins now. It's going to make a marked difference now. Again, I can't kind of state this strongly enough. These are not the kinds of changes that you need to make. And then you're going to go, I wonder if it's going to start to have an impact 6 months from now. These are the kinds of things that can make an impact now. So the more that you go in, the more that you dive in, the more that you apply the learnings, then ask the questions, let us know, tell us what's happening, so that way we can help you to make some of those tweaks that you could be making now, so you can continue to earn those gains as the days and weeks and months pass on. All right. So with that, really excited to have you here. Really excited to welcome to the stage Lindsay Anderson. Welcome.
Lindsay, we cannot hear you.
Any luck?
Good now.
Okay.
Oh, wait, it cut out again. Sorry, everyone, a little tech issue. Nothing.
Mic problem here.
I can hear you now. Then you just cut again. Can't hear you.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Now we can.
Seriously?
You're
What?
good now. We can hear you now. I think you're good now.
You think I'm good now? Do I sound
Yeah.
like I'm on my mic?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now nobody touch the desk because if we bump it, we're gonna have a problem. So thanks everybody. The people in the Zoom room couldn't hear me. I see a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people on Instagram are like, I can hear you, I can hear you. And LinkedIn, hey everybody. Let's start from the top. Let's start from the top. Welcome to day 3 of the Social Media Sales Surge Workshop. So excited to be here with you guys today. Yes, thank you for your patience. We're going to get into today what to post on social media in order to attract those high quality clients. We're actually going to be building out your social media sales machine. Yesterday, I shared with you how to know who you're talking to on social media because today it's not going to work just to post on social media and pray that people are going to buy from you. You actually have to have a strategy because I don't know if you know this or not, but everyone is on social media. And so you have to go in with a strategy in order for this to work for you. And so today I'm going to be outlining exactly how to build out your social media sales machine. Now, here's the thing, okay? I have a lot of people in this audience, maybe, and if this is you, say yes in the comments. Many of you left corporate to make your own business. Maybe during COVID, you're like, screw this corporate gig. I'm going to go and do my own thing online. And it just isn't working out like you thought. You're an expert and you thought people would very naturally buy from you, but it's really not working out that way. Maybe you've set up this business as your retirement plan and you're not getting the sales you need. You're always just kind of always scraping by trying to get these sales coming in, but you don't feel like you have a firm grasp on how to consistently generate sales in your business. Maybe you're an agent and you are buying leads or you're dependent upon referrals, but you really want to make social media become your lead source, your place to go and generate high quality leads. And if you're a speaker or an expert, this is for you. This is how you're actually going to reach those individuals on social media to fill up your calendar, to allow you to spread and have the influence that you actually want while remaining profitable. And if I had to underline one of the major things that I want everyone to hear, and I think I'll be saying it every single day on this workshop, is just because you have followers does not mean that people will buy from you. Again, I was on Netflix. I was on one of the biggest stages there is. And I was smart enough to know that just because people are watching you and viewing you and following you, it does not equal sales. And as I talked to my co-host or my co-stars on the show, I found that this was the case. And I really want you to know that because we're solving that. We're solving that in this workshop because the difference between this and other workshops is you need, in order to generate consistent sales online, you need a lead source. We went over those on day 1, and you need a sales mechanism. If you suddenly reach 100,000 followers on Instagram, take my word for it. People are not just going to throw their money at you. You need a plan. You need a strategy to actually take those individuals from Instagram or from social media and close them into your products and services. And so the social media sales machine, what we talk about here is doing just that. And I want to draw it out so that everybody remembers, okay? This is also in your workbook, which, by the way, if you need a workbook, all you need to do is write workbook in the comments. I know we're live in a lot of places, and my team can get you a link on how to get access to the workbook. But again, we're going to go over the social media sales machine. This is what you need. Okay, you need a lot more than just a bunch of followers in order to make more sales with social media. So, of course, social media, which we're talking about today, okay? Yesterday I covered who you're talking to on social media. You can't go to social media and just think, I'm going to post some videos and the right people will come. It's a nuanced approach, and you have to really understand and get into the minds and perspectives of those individuals that you're actually talking to. So we go from social media, we go to an invite-only event. This is the sales mechanism to get those individuals who are ready to take that next step with you actually into the next step. I mentioned this yesterday, which is your social media followers, they're like little children. They need baby fed what the next step is. Like, you think, oh, they like my videos so much, of course they'll reach out for my services. It is not the case. You have to have a plan. So invite only event to a sales call. And then we do the whole thing again. Iterate and improve. What went wrong? What went right? And you do the cycle again and again and again. And when you do it like I recommend, which is host an invite-only event every single week, then you get really good feedback about what is working on social media, how it's producing sales, and how the whole thing is coming together. And so the problem is, okay, with this and social media is a lot of people think that this is just easy. All I need to do is post on social media, get X amount of followers, and people will be throwing their money at me. And then they get into social media and they either hire a VA to do it for them, or okay, they post themselves in fits and spurts. They don't really have a strategy. Maybe they host some community event and post it on social media, and then maybe a couple of talking heads, but there's no real strategy to it. And I want you to know this about posting on social media successfully, is you will get out of social media exactly what you put into it. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Sales and business is always a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you go into social media with a really mind my French, okay, with a really crappy attitude that it's time consuming, I'm so overwhelmed, oh my gosh, look at how much better everyone is doing than me, I don't need an ROI, I'm completely exhausted, it's impersonal communication, I hate social media, then that is exactly what you will be getting out of social media. And so I urge you to reconsider social media. Yesterday, I talked about virtual black booking and virtual networking. There are real people on the other side of social media, and you can really, really make a connection, and you can attract and convert high quality clients. But if you're going into social media and be like, I hate social media, it's the bane of my existence, just have my VA do it. I wish Facebook was never invented. This sucks. It's more of a response. It's like more of something I have to do than something that I want to do, is that will show up in your posts and it won't work. You actually have to embrace social media. You want to approach it with an open mind that it is a really great place to get leads. You can absolutely get leads and clients there, and then it will shine back to you. Okay? You can then, after you figure out what's working, you can then assign that to a VA or a team. But just having a random VA company, okay, post your social media, it's not going to work. So this workshop, different than any other workshop because we cover the 3 S's in this workshop. And I would recommend, if you're looking to make social media your next lead gen source, like the lead gen source that will allow you to make sales all the time, then you always need the 3 S's in order for it to be successful. Let's go over those. Don't forget the 3 S's, guys. Okay, so first of all, I'm getting the 3 S's in comments here. I love it, you guys. Okay, strategy. You need a social media strategy. You can't throw spaghetti at the wall. You can't just be like, I'm going to post some videos and cross my fingers. It's way too competitive for that to work. And today we're going to be going over exactly what to post on social media that will differentiate you from an influencer, because you need to be posting on social media like a business owner and not an influencer. 2 completely different types of posts to completely different types of accounts. And so today I'm going to tell you my VEM strategy, which will share with you the 4 major things that you need to be sharing on social media that will make you a business owner so you can actually make sales. Now, the next thing is system. If you're just posting on social media when you wake up or when you feel like it, or maybe my VA is doing just a little bit of that, and you don't have a system, remember, consistency is king when it comes to social media, and content is queen. If you're consistent, then that's going to do so much for you in terms of building a strong social media following that will bring you sales. And so when we talk about a system, and get your pen out and write this down because I'm going to give you my system for social media. It can't be done if you don't put it in a system, because there'll be days that you're sick. There'll be days you don't feel like it. We talk a lot about business being like this emotional roller coaster. On the days that like business isn't doing what you want it to be doing, the last thing you're going to want to do is post on social media. But the post has to go out. I'm going to say that again. The post has to go out. It is too competitive for you to miss days. You need to be posting at least 5 days a week. You got to have a strategy going in, and you have to have a big question mark on how is this even driving sales? Yes, I can drive eyeballs if I talk about my divorce on social media, but how exactly is that going to bring me sales? You've got to understand the difference here. So when we talk about system, it's all about time blocking, okay? You want to schedule, you want to take this seriously as a real lead gen source. And again, as I said at the top of the hour, you will get out of it what you put into it. And so I recommend splitting your time into 4 different segments. Your brain works in 4 different ways. You want to sit down and batch create in these 4 different ways. And this is the most effective way to make sure that you're able to post on social media every single day. So first of all, brainstorm. You're going to have a section of your day. You're going to time block this on your Google Calendar where you're brainstorming. What are my next 14 posts? You can use our good buddy ChatGPT to help you with this if you want to brainstorm what this content is and what these videos are going to be about. The next time block, okay, it could be on a different day, it could be later that day. You're going to go create and shoot those videos. You're going to shoot 14 videos all at once, okay? If you want to cut that down to 7 when you're first getting started, so be it. But you want to batch create these videos. Got to be done, okay? Shoot them all in one day. You only have to do hair and makeup for one day. The third time block is take those videos and you can send them over to your editor at this point. Yay! Hey, Mr. Editor, edit these videos, or you can edit these videos, and you will also be creating a caption at that point. And then finally, posting. Then you'll have a time on your calendar where you go into the social media profiles or you use your scheduling software and you actually schedule out the posts. This is really the most effective way of batching that content. And again, you'll get out of it what you put into it. If you wake up posting, you'll get a smattering of results from social media. If you actually have a plan and a system and you're going out consistently, watch what happens. You'll get a lot of sales on social media. Now, our final S here, when it comes to the triple S's, is sales. I know many of you are your thought leaders. You like to make a difference. You really are out there to improve the world. And that is definitely a reason to be online. However, know this is that business is tough. Okay. I told you I wasn't the sexiest person here. Okay. Business is tough, and creating a profit in business is tough. And then you got what? 33% in taxes. That makes it 33% more difficult. And so you don't have like a lot of wiggle room to hope and pray that you're going to get these sales on social media. So you have to go into business with a sales focus. I'm here to make sales. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to work backwards from the sale. Here's what I'm selling. Here is how those videos are going to get there. And here is the plan for actually making this happen. And if you don't have that plan and you're just like, I'm going to go, and people are going to be, I get this with speakers all the time. I work with some of the world's biggest speakers on some of the biggest stages, and they will tell me, Lindsay, I go on stage and people are like, oh my gosh, you are so amazing. You touched me. You're so inspiring. And they think they're going to get a whole bunch of sales, and it never, ever works. It doesn't happen. Okay. They've been on the New York Times bestseller list, and they think they're finally going to get these sales, but it doesn't happen because they don't work back from the sale, and they don't know how to walk these customers step by step through how to actually buy stuff from you and what you are. Does that make sense? Say yes in the comments. Love to see everybody here. Now, there is a real psychological change in the marketplace right now in 2024. Again, the election is coming up. Shauna reminded us of this at the top of the hour. There's the election. There is some unease in the economy. And I'm here to tell you that now is the time to act. Now is the time to get on social media and take yourself seriously about it so you can generate this lead source. There is no better time than right now. If you're waiting until after the election, I'll say this, okay? You will always have a reason to wait. It's the people who act now when everybody else is acting all cautious that's going to pay off now and into 2025. If you're thinking to put this off, don't. I would not recommend it because you're missing out on a really great opportunity to make this work for you. And so it is important because the market is changing and you want to be in on this. So let's talk a little bit about so now we got over the system and the strategy and all this, and this is how you guys are going to time block, right? You're going to time block, and you're going to put this effort and professionalism into social media so that you can get good results out. Hey, everybody. So nice to see you guys. So nice to see you guys. And now we're going to talk about, Lindsay, what exactly do I post on social media in order to make sales? So the first thing you got to know, okay, when it comes to this psychological change in the marketplace and AI and the bots are kind of taking over, I call it the bot apocalypse, okay, is that you really need to be sharing a little part of you. And this really comes down to really great storytelling. Now, marketers have known this for years. If you've ever watched a Super Bowl commercial, you know they can squeeze a really great story into about a 30-second commercial. And that's what I'm talking about. In order to stand above the bots, in order to be seen as a multidimensional person on social media that people know, like, and trust, it is essential that you get really good at telling stories instead of just blatantly selling. So I'm going to share with you a process that I call seeding. And it is a 3-step storytelling process that will help you tell people that you want them to know something without blatantly saying, you need to know this or buy from me, and to encapsulate it in a story very much like a Super Bowl commercial. Now, this is best shown through an example. Okay, so first of all, we don't want to be doing this. This is what we don't want to be doing, which is, hey, everybody, I have a masterclass coming up next Thursday. It's called the Social Media Sales Machine. Make sure you click on that link and get signed up today. All right. So, like, how often do we want to be posting that? Most of you probably don't want to be posting it at all. I don't think I would post that. It's very, very salesy. So instead, I want people on social media to know I'm hosting a masterclass. And so how do I encapsulate this into a story? And it looks like this, okay? And then we're going to go over the 3 steps. We're going to go like this. Hey, everybody, I just finished up my slide deck for an upcoming masterclass I'm giving on social media, and I'm a little bit worried because I'm giving away some of my paid information. And this concerns me because I usually have people pay to get this kind of info from me, but I am so passionate about telling people how social media really works that I feel it's really necessary for me to give out this information now. End scene. So I'm like telling the story that I'm doing some slides and I'm feeling a little uneasy that there isn't any unpaid, that there's, that they need to pay for this information. So I'm dropping all this info about my masterclass, about what's in this masterclass, about it's usually paid information for this masterclass. And I encapsulate that in a story, and I don't even say, hey, come to my masterclass. So that's a pretty simplistic way of outlining what it is. So every time you go on social media, I ask myself 3 questions. This is the 3-step seeding process. If that makes sense, let me know. If you like the second one better, say 2 in the comments. All right. So the first thing is, who are you talking to? Well, we decided that yesterday. Okay. You're one true client. You get your Post-it note out and you're like, Barbara, I'm talking to Barbara. All right. Number 2, what do you want to seed? Are you giving a masterclass? Do you want to seed about yourself, like that you were just featured on the New York Times bestseller list? Do you want people to work with you, or like, what is it that you're trying to seed? You want the user to understand that, so you have a very clear idea of what that is. And then 3, okay, you're gonna document. You're not going to blatantly get online and just be like, hey, I was just featured on the New York Times bestselling list. You're going to document what that looks like for you. So whether I just got this announcement, I just got this email, document it. Okay. One of my very favorite shows is on the History Channel, and it's called Alone. And these individuals get dropped off in all places in the forest, and they're with video cameras, and all they do for like 6 months is record themselves eating, sleeping, and trying to find shelter. And because they're documenting, okay, it's very, very compelling because people want like an insider's view as to what is going on. So all you need to do on social media is decide who you're talking to, what you want to seed, what you want people to know, and then just document whatever it is that you are doing. So this right here is actually a really great example. You can take a screen cam of us doing this, a video, or you can take a snapshot of me teaching you, and you can say, I attended a workshop to be more, to showcase my skills on, or to showcase my services on social media, because it's important to me that I share this with the world, or whatever it is your story is. But right now you're doing something for business. And so it's a good thing to document because you want to show that to your clients. Now, before I get into the 4 things that you need to be posting on social media, now we got storytelling out of the way. There's 4 things you've got to be posting on social media in order to attract that high quality client. We're going to go into that. But first, I want to share this, which is we've spent the last 3 days together, and we've had many people reach out and ask what it looks like to, hey, Lindsay, what does it look like to have my social media strategy sorted out? How do I get your system and put that in place? How do I get consistent sales on social media? How can we work with you and your amazing team? Now, I have a digital marketing agency. I also have a consultancy. And so I can serve people in a lot of different ways. I've done this for a very long time. And it really just depends on where you're at. And so your next best step, if you're looking to finally make social media a place where you can generate high quality leads, you can take all of the guesswork and all of the pain and anguish and frustration out of social media and actually have profiles that drive sales. If this sounds like what you want and you want it now, and you're ready to put the work in, you're ready to do the thing because you understand that social media really is your best option for high quality sales, then your next step is going to be to get on a sales surge strategy session call with me. So this call is with me personally. It is a complimentary call, although not everybody who applies for this call will get a call with me because we don't like to waste people's time. Okay, so fill out this sales surge strategy session application, and let me look at your data and kind of see where you're at and see how I can best help you. Now, because I've been doing this for the last 20 years, fill out that application. I'm going to give you the next best step either way. If the next best step is to get on a sales surge strategy session call with me, we'll invite you to do that. If your next best step is something else, we're going to tell you what that is. And so it's in your best interest, okay? Let me make that decision for you in order to see what it's like to work with myself and my team. If you get on a call with me, of course, this is going to be a highly useful call because we're going to go over very specifically where you're at, what you need and what you need in order to get to that next step. So in order to qualify for that call, you of course need to be an expert at what you do. And you want to know for certain that with the right strategy, getting in front of enough of the right people you can convert, okay? And that you're committed to doing this work. So I have both done for you and done with you options, meaning it kind of just depends on where you're at, on where I can meet you to help you most. If you have a team, okay, maybe some done with you is going to be useful. If you want us to do it for you, then of course that is also going to be useful. I have everything in between. So your next best step is to fill out a sales surge strategy session. So Emily's going to drop a link. Emily, drop a link all over the place. If you want to apply for your sales surge strategy session, go ahead. You're going to want to hit apply right now. Don't put it off. Okay. Let's get you on a call today. As I mentioned at the top of the hour, there is no better time. If you put this off till the election, then you're going to put this off till after Thanksgiving. Then you're going to put this off till after Christmas. Then you're going to put this off till after the New Year. I mean, is there an end to how much you're going to put this off? So if you really want to be serious about generating high ticket sales on social media, make sure you fill out that application. And I look forward to seeing those applications coming in and to see if we can help you and find you. Okay, either way, we're going to be able to find you some real clarity. Okay, let's talk about what you should be posting on social media, okay, that differentiates you as a business owner from an influencer. There's 4 things your social media profiles have got to encapsulate in order for you to drive sales. Now, influencers are different. They're there for the eyeballs, okay? They're the Kardashians. I'm going to post about my divorce and my baby daddy so that people will follow along because they like the drama of it all. This should come as a pleasant surprise to you because you don't really have to be sharing a ton of personal information on social media in order for this to work. So yay for that, okay? In fact, as a business owner, you don't want to be sharing a lot of that, but you do want to be sharing these 4 very specific things. Again, this is in your workbook, so fill it out. If you need a workbook, say workbook in the comments on any of the social media platforms, and we will make sure we get you over that workbook. So the 4 things are, I call it my VEMS model, okay? My VEMS model. So the first one is vibe. And this is the personal stuff, okay? This is your brand, how you come across, kind of what your tone is. And it's also a couple of personal things about you. It's like when you go to a chamber event and you sit by 2 insurance guys, okay? And you love paddleboarding and this guy also loves paddleboarding, like you're going to make a connection there. And so we need to make you come across, you are a real person, but you want to be displaying your real personness on social media. And that's what vibe is. And so you got to have a strong brand, of course, but in terms of personal things online, I recommend picking 3 things that you're constantly posting about that people can relate and resonate with you. You don't want to be all over the place. You don't want to throw in, I like 10 different things and all this. You want to narrow it down to 3 because consistency on social media is key. So let me give you an example. For me, my 3 things are, I live in Portland, Oregon, the most beautiful state in the United States, okay? No one can argue with me about that. The second thing is that I love health and wellness. It's a very important part of my business journey and I really value it. So I post about my health and wellness journey. And then finally, I have 3 children. And so my life, okay, it's structured and it's goal-oriented in order to achieve all of the things that I want to achieve. And so as part of my vibe, that's what it is. And so it's Portland, it's children, and it's my health and wellness. And you should also pick 3 things. Now, if all of a sudden I decide that I'm super passionate about crochet, which I do some crochet, and I like start posting that, people are going to be like, who is this? And so you really just want to be posting those 3 things. That makes it the easiest. Say yes if that makes sense in the comments. Next is experience. This shouldn't come as a surprise to you that experience, you got to be posting your experience online. Now, where most people run into problems here, okay, they're going to post testimonials. that's easy enough, right? To post testimonials. But where people screw up here is that you show up on social media all humble and you think, I don't want to like brag about myself, and I don't want to be sharing all these client things because I feel like I want to be humble. And if they want to work with me, they can go search the web for all the great things about me. And I'm here to tell you, they aren't going to search the web. No one's going to know how great you are unless you start sharing. So use the seeding technique that I taught you earlier to make sure you get that experience in. So you say something like this: after working with high value agents for the last 20 years, I finally had this agent who came to me with a problem that I had never heard before. So do you see how I stuck in there? I've been working for 20 years with high value agents. Here's the problem that I never heard before. I'm doing all sorts of experience here. I have a one-on-one client. I mentioned that in my seed. Okay. And you got to start bragging about yourself. Next is your methodology. Write this down. Everybody, agents, everybody needs a methodology. Okay. And this is a productized version of what you walk people through. And so for me, I walk you through VEMS. I walk you through the social media sales machine. This is a step-by-step system on how to get results. When you have a methodology and you productize what you're doing, it makes it so much easier to sell, because then people don't just have to like think Lindsay is really awesome and want to work with Lindsay, but instead they're like, her VEMS model and her social media sales machine model, I want that. I want that in my business. Like, Lindsay's great, but I want that because it has results. And the same goes for like, even if you are a real estate agent, we're selling something more broad like that. You have like your home method where you figure out what exactly they want. And then O, you pick out 10 houses, and then M, you move them in, like whatever that is. Productize and talk about it on social, because people will know you have a plan and they will invest in you because you have a method, and they'll put their trust in the method instead of just on you, which makes it so much easier to sell. And then finally, skills. And this is really where a lot of people struggle, okay, on social media. I have a lot of business owners that post on social media and they'll get a really big following, but no one will buy from them, okay? My client Brandon comes to mind on this. He is a personal trainer, but he has a system for helping high functioning corporate executives find their fitness in a limited amount of time. That's his specialty. He can really do this for you. But when he came to me, he had 50,000 followers on Instagram and he posts every day. And he's like, Lindsay, I'm not making any sales at all from my social media. And I am really like trying really hard. Like, I put a lot of effort into this. And so I go out to his social media, and yes, he has 50,000 followers on Instagram. And yes, he gets people liking and viewing all of his reels, but the only thing he was posting was his skills. So every day for 30 seconds, he would do the workout move of the day. So whatever that was, that's what he'd put on there. That's what people were tuning in for. It was consistent. It was working in terms of getting vanity metrics, but because they didn't know who he was, like, this is a guy on Instagram. All I know is he does a 30-second video every day. He wasn't telling us he had 20 years of experience working with corporate executives in Fortune 500 companies. He didn't have a method for how to achieve your fitness in a half an hour a day or less as a corporate executive. All he had was skills. And so because he didn't have this holistic way of posting on social media and people couldn't really see what he did or understand it, he wasn't driving any sales. So we got with him, Brandon, and we helped him scale his social media, his vibe, experience, methodology, and skills. And he, by the end of month 3, was making $50,000 off of social media. So this is how effective this can be when you showcase your vibe, experience, methodology, and skills. So there you have it. Now, tomorrow, tomorrow is going to be a really amazing day. It's one of the most popular days of the social media sales surge workshop. We're going to be talking about the invite only event strategy. So now you know who you're talking to on social media. It's got to be niched down, got to have your messaging and positioning in there, right, guys? And you know what to eating and storytelling while showcasing our VEMs. Then tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to get those individuals off of social media and actually buying from you. What I recommend is my invite only event strategy. Do not miss tomorrow's training. Same time, same place. Thank you so much for participating with us this week in this workshop. I'm going to turn it now back over to my fabulous team.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lindsay. She's not wrong. It's a very, very popular session tomorrow. You don't want to miss it because this is what you are going to do. You are going to take this strategy and you are going to apply it in the next few weeks. Okay. And it's going to be a breakdown of what this needs to look like. So you can be implementing this right away. Let's get this going. You want to have this all started before the holiday season. We want you to get a couple of these in, okay? So you do not want to miss tomorrow because you want to be implementing this immediately, all right? I'm going to break it all down. So thank you so much for being here with us. As always, absolutely fantastic to have you here. So bonus sessions, we've got more sessions coming up tomorrow. The big session tomorrow, all about these invite only events. This is your sales system event. So you want to have this conversion event on your calendar tomorrow, breaking all that down. That's not a bonus session now, but though we have that's part of our regular programmed schedule, but we've got some additional sessions here coming up for you. So on Friday, Emily and I are going to, as a addition to the session tomorrow on these invite only events, we are going to do a session on how to get more of your ideal clients, more of your one true clients to these nice small events for you. So that way you are talking to more of your ideal clients, to your one true clients. Okay. So make sure you come to that. That's happening on Friday, right? That'll be after the regularly scheduled session. So make sure that you're there for that. And then we have sessions on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the 7 essential things you need to be posting in stories, right? Our clients, they want to have a step-by-step. They want it broken down. So we are going to be getting this over to you. And then Sunday, what does it take to create your next business breakthrough in the short term, right? All about getting that momentum going and maintained and pumped up, right? In the short term. So make sure you join us for that. And then we have some sessions on Monday and Tuesday. Again, you guys, we understand that you're needing this information and you're wanting some of these pieces broken down a little bit more. So on Monday, we're diving into converting more leads with our calls to clients sales script, right? So you're getting people through, you're with the invite only event strategy that you're learning about tomorrow, learning a bit more about on Friday. Now you're going to be having more conversations and you want to know how it is that you need to talk to your ideal clients to help these conversions coming along, to get those conversions coming through even more than they already are. So come to that on Monday. And then on Tuesday, it's a sales surge, the punch list. We have a process that we go through to really understand and make sure, like, where is it the gaps? Again, it's always an iterative process. There's always additional nuance. So we are going to be breaking down what those pieces are that you have to make sure that you are keeping an eye on so that you can close up the gaps where they need to be closed. All right. So don't miss that as well. So if you want that application that Lindsay mentioned, we're going to drop that over in the chat in all of the places. All right. It's lindsayaw.com/apply. Go ahead and start kind of looking through the application. It shouldn't take you too long to fill out. So it should just take you a few minutes, most likely. There is a slightly more detailed question, possibly, on, I think it's the second to last question. Maybe it's the third to last. I think it's the second to last question. So we'll drop that link so that you can grab it, fill it out, get it through. We'll have a chance to, we'll review it and get back to you so that you know what your next steps are. So go ahead and dive in there for us.
Absolutely. Make sure you jump out to the Facebook group and look for the action items thread that will be posted right after this session. So today's action item, be out in the Facebook group, we'll pin it up to the top. you'll be entered to win that one-to-one strategy session with Lindsay.
Absolutely. And so we have got there. If you've got any questions, I'm just grabbing the link. So a little bit of a pause there as I was going through. Also grab the link and get you the link to that Facebook group. There we go. So that's over posted here. We'll make sure that it's in the other places as well. So now you've got it there. Let us know about the questions. Keep them coming, as hopefully you're getting the sense and the vibe. We eat, drink, and sleep this stuff. We love this stuff. We are constantly looking at what is happening, what is changing. How is it that you can make a tweak now that it's going to help to keep up the traction that you're used to? Lindsay was mentioning the fact that there's stuff going on, right? I mean, there's stuff that we're seeing in the economy. There's stuff that we're seeing in the market generally. There's stuff that we're seeing socially. There's a lot of shifts and changes that are consistently going on. That's not new for now, but there's always something a bit different about that's happening that you want to jump on in the short term, and you don't want to be left catching up when everybody else is already doing all the steps. So let us know your questions. If you've got questions, even thinking about how is it that this really applies to your specific industry? How does this apply to a specific offer that you have? Given the kind of package that you have, the kind of service that you're providing. Let us know what those questions are, and we can help you apply these strategies specifically to your business. All right, so keep those questions coming. Again, we love it. Generally speaking, we'll probably, kind of message you in the various chats and over in the groups and on the platforms. Sometimes we might end up leaving you a voice note. I know that some of you guys have been getting those if they're a little bit more detailed. So just let us know, and we're always happy to get back with that and give you a little bit more information. So go ahead and post those comments in the comment sections on the platforms and let us know what's going on for you.
Absolutely. Keep those questions coming. So as Shauna said, upcoming sessions tomorrow, really powerful day 4, enroll clients before the holidays with the invite-only event strategy. Be sure to join us for that. Same time, join us on Zoom, join us on all the social platforms, wherever you like to best consume your powerful content. So like Shauna said, if you have any questions, comment on the homework threads out in the Facebook group, send us a DM, post in the group. We are really happy to help with anything that you need to move yourself and your business forward. So other days, day 5 coming up on Friday, supercharged sales before the season. So get ready for that. We will see everybody out in the Facebook group.